with Stafford there, you've got a steadying influence, and it's not because with Goff, I never felt like anything was comfortable. It was like, wait, that kind of a thing. You know, he never looked like he was totally comfortable and in control of that offense. Stafford will be. You got to think that Stafford has basically died and gone to heaven just because he'll have a stable offense and a decent defense. He's going to enjoy this year tremendously, I would think.
I think the thing that's really fascinating about this division is the two teams that it sounds like we all feel are the two top teams. Yep. They both went into this offseason and addressed something that wasn't even awful. Obviously, it wasn't great, but they attacked it because of what we're saying. Sean McVay and Kyle Shanahan are considered some of the brightest minds in terms of offense. But I think they both felt that their quarterbacks had hit a ceiling where they can draw up a play, and if the play goes according to plan, then their quarterback that they had currently could hit it. But they've seen too much with Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, and whatnot. They need a quarterback where if the play does break down, they can still create like a huge play in and of by themselves. They understand, even as coaches, they can't be the be all and end all. That's what Stafford can provide you, like broken plays, big plays off of broken plays. And the same thing, I think, in time. I don't know about this year. In time, I think Trey Lance can provide that for them too. So,
all right. So just to recap, the Rams at 13-4, the Niners at 12-5, the Seahawks at 9-8, and bringing up the rear, the Arizona Cardinals at 8-9. Is that about right?
Yes.
All right.
I will say this real quick. I apologize to Cliff Kingsbury. Guess what? I'm turning back around. Cliff Kingsbury, you're back on the hot seat. Prove me wrong.
You're doing a 360 on that, are you?
I'm doing a full 360 now.
Oh, the old 360. All right, that's good. Well, let's just switch a little bit to the NBA Finals, and here's the reason why. The Bucks, by the way, announced in 2018 that Aaron Rodgers is the first active NFL player to take a minority ownership of that NBA team. He has 1% in the Bucks. Likewise, did you know Arizona Cardinals great Larry Fitzgerald has an ownership stake in the Phoenix Suns? So, based on all this, guys, it's 2-1 Phoenix as we discuss this tonight. Who do you like to take this one home? Aaron Rodgers or Larry Fitzgerald?
Larry Fitzgerald all the way. I mean, I'm sorry. The Greek freak, to me, is a Greek fizzle. I just have not seen it from that team. It's like they're scrounging for every basket they can get. You know, if they can keep it in the low 80s or high 80s, low 90s, they got a shot. But when Chris Paul is taking you apart in the twilight of his career, I'm sorry, you just don't. For me, you don't have it. For the last night, I watched some of it, and I was embarrassed. It was like up and down, 3-point try, miss, 3-point try, miss. Then somebody would get a long rebound from Phoenix and jam it. Milwaukee doesn't have a shot.
I'll agree with Luggs to a degree. Like, Giannis has played exceptional. Game 2 and Game 3, he scored more than 40 points. I think the last player to do that was LeBron James. I forget what the year was, but still, it's an impressive resume to be on. But even though they won by 20, I believe, I think it was 120 to 100.
Yep.
When you look at the box score, the one thing where it is the Suns going to win is you look at the game that Devin Booker had, and look at the game Chris Paul had. The chances of them both having another bad game with 4 games to go is maybe 1. So essentially, I think Milwaukee could maybe win another game, but at most this game goes 6. So
I don't know. Luggs, I'm going to totally disagree with you on this one, man. I was watching on a small screen up in Canada. You know, it was a smaller screen, a 4:3 ratio, but Giannis, what are you talking about, dude? First of all, the guy blows out his leg like it's made of rubber. You know, it didn't even make sense. He comes back. He scored 40 points in the last 2 games, putting on a clinic. What are you watching, man? What are you watching? Howdy Doody? What are you watching?
What I'm watching is the whole team is predicated upon him. But there is no secondary players. You got to have. I mean, in the Bulls era, Scottie Pippen. You had those role players. Milwaukee doesn't have role players.
Chris
I don't
Middleton,
know.
Drew Holiday.
Yeah. I was gonna say they do. Maybe neither of them are Pippen, but they're both of at least that ilk. Like they're at least Kukoc. One's Kukoc. I don't know if
Tony Kukoc. Yeah, right.
Is
Luke Longley?
Kukoc. No, don't put Luke Longley on anybody. Oh my God. I mean, if we're gonna do a slide, the three-peat, the first three-peat center was Bill Cartwright, who was in the twilight of his career.
Bill Cartwright, yeah, I don't like that.
That was Haas's brother, wasn't it?
What?
Haas's brother.
That's too old of a reference.
Anyway, he in of himself, like with like maybe one functioning leg and like one hand that didn't have like severe arthritis, Bill Cartwright. He was still better than Luke Longley, Bill Whittington, and Will Perdue, the Bang Gang.
Right.
Like all three of them. He was better than any of all those guys.
And he took on guys like Patrick Ewing and stuff too, and took them on well. But
yeah. Oh my God, Luke Longley.
The Greek Freak. What? Lugs, dude. Wake up, smell some coffee, will you? Come on, man. All right, let's move on here, should we? All right, University of Louisville catcher Henry Davis was the first overall pick in the NBA draft. Nope, that's MLB draft this week, selected by the Pittsburgh Pirates. Now, here's something else I want to add to this. Did you know? This is according to Tim Sullivan of the Courier-Journal. According to Louisville's Kenny Klein, the U of L athletic information director, U of L is the first school to have the number one overall selection in NBA, WNBA, MLB, and Major League Soccer drafts. Their names? Here's one. Purvis Ellison, Angel McCoughtry, Andrew Farrell in soccer, and now Henry Davis. And if some football team called the Baltimore Ravens had any sense, it would have been Lamar Jackson as the first overall pick or whatever in the NFL draft. So U of L is doing some pretty good stuff there. That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I mean, Dan McDonald's career of turning out quality athletes, I think I read that more than 80 student athletes have been drafted during his time at U of L.
Yep, 88. He's had 88 players drafted. And he's had 40 All-Americans.
All right, well, did you know this? In Purvis Ellison's draft, 1989, by the way, that long ago, number 17 was, remember this guy, Sean Kemp, overall pick by the Sonics, and Vlade Divac was 26th by the Lakers in that same draft. That's just your trivia for tonight. All right, there we go.
I was just gonna say Vlade Divac, the tactician of how
the mastermind,
Olajuwon,
right? Yeah,
Olajuwon he came up with a camp to teach people how to play low post. Vlade Divac would teach people how to flop. That's what he was.
Oh yeah.
That and wear those thick glasses. Was that about right? Yeah. Didn't he have the thick glasses with the strap around the back? Is that Vlade?
No, I don't think.
No. Was that Westfall?
That
what was that?
You're thinking of the enforcer.
Yeah, the enforcer.
Ramdis, you're right. Oh, sorry, Vlade. Throw you under the bus. All right, T-Dog, you wanted to talk about name, image, and likeness and what's going on there. Our new feature. Go ahead. What's going on with NIL?
I think my favorite NIL that I read this week is brought to us from the University of Fresno State. Two starting players on the women's basketball team, Haley and Hannah Cavender, they signed a deal with Boost Mobile and Six Star Pro Nutrition, which is a sports supplement business. Haley averaged 19.8 points last season. Hannah averaged 17. And essentially how this whole thing came about is during the pandemic, they were bored. So they got on TikTok and started making videos. And in time, they generated 3.4 million followers. And now experts say that their endorsements could reach hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. So good on you to Haley and Hannah.
And that's NIL. Hey, Lugs, how's the weather in Mount Washington. You okay to do a little sports of yesteryear, or is your microphone freezing up? What's going on there?
Well, and I would like to point out my favorite NIL recipient thus far, University of Arkansas receiver Trey Knox and his dog, Husky Blue, have signed a deal with PetSmart. So not only does the player get cash, his dog does too. So.
All right. Well, here we go. It's sports of yesteryear from way back in the day. He's out there in Mount Washington where it's really cold or really hot. Wind is blowing, but the sports are not. Here's Lugs with our report. Go ahead, Lugs.
All right. We want to go through the decades here. And I'm having a little gale force wind here stopping me from grabbing my papers. Hang on. Just a moment. All right. 1928. First televised tennis match. Think of that. 1928. I never knew that. So,
wow.
1931. 45,000 fans packed Sports Park in St. Louis. It was a stadium designed for 35,000 people. So they had so many people, they were on the field, and they caused 11 ground rule doubles because they would grab the ball before the players could get to it. That's amazing moment there. 1949, baseball owners agreed to erect warning tracks. I never knew that it was this late. Could you imagine you're going for that ball and you don't have a warning track? Bam, right into the wall. I'm sure you'd go. 1979, this is a good one. Disco Demolition Night at Comiskey Park.
Yes.
The fans went wild, destroying records at second base, and it caused so much craziness that the White Sox had to forfeit the second game of the doubleheader with the Detroit Tigers. And just out of nostalgia here, Michael Jordan, 1996, signed a one-year deal with the Bulls for $30 million.
What
so
the heck?
That's your sports of yesteryear.
Well, thank you, Lugs, for that gracious report about Disco Demolition Night, 1979. Did you know the DJ's name was Steve Dahl? He's still on the air somewhere in Chicago. Steve Dahl, yeah, famous.
Wow.
Famous. And how's the weather up there now? Tell me again. You got a little wind coming through
well,
there?
we've got surging clouds, and it's interesting. It's kind of like watching it on fast forward a little bit. The clouds are moving so very quickly.
I've got that fast forward on my VHS machine. Let me get that going for you here in a minute. Okay, anyway, T-Dog, you wanted to talk about the, I don't know why, but they're America's team in some people's minds. The Dallas Cowboys. Tell me more.
Well, Dallas Cowboys. We were told that they were getting hard knocks this year. I guess my question to you all: what to you all will be entertaining, if anything at all? What's the most entertaining things that can come out of this?
Wow.
If the wind hits Jerry Jones' wig and flips it off, that would be about it for me.
Well, I want to see a close-up of Dak's leg.
Oh, I think you'll get that.
That's what I want to see. I want to see some scar tissue or something.
You know,
I'm surprised we haven't seen it text, or something, a tweet with that.
I think the only thing with Dak I want to see is Jerry Jones be on the field with him after Dak hits a deep bomb. He's like, yeah, Dak. He's like, that's what I would like to see. He's like, I always believed in you. And just the possible eye daggers Dak might, he's like, you got to be kidding me. I was a 4th round pick. I played at a high level for 4 years, and then you franchised me. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to Ezekiel Elliott trying out all his half shirts because he loves wearing his half shirt, showing off his midsection.
Yep.
I mean, if all we see on Hard Knocks is him wearing half shirts, never a full shirt, even when he's going out after, practice or whatever, just bet on him to win the rushing title this year. He's feeling it. I think these last few years, he's put on long sleeves and a long shirt. Cause I think he lost the mojo, but if he does, I'm saying the mojo's back.
So
I'm
you're
looking
liking
forward to
Zeke
that.
to win that rushing title? Seriously?
If he's wearing those